Do you need to form an LLC in order to buy your first rental property? My name's Aaron White. I'm a realtor, but I'm also an investor. I own over 45 doors. I help people find cash flowing deals today as a realtor and help them ultimately purchase that property. I am not an attorney. I am not a CPA or a tax person, so I can't give you legal or financial advice. That being said, I'm going to speak from my experience and tell you what I've seen people do buying properties in both personal name and an LLC. Typically, when I see people ask this question, their number one concern is liability. If I get sued, are they going to take my home and all my other possessions? The best advice I can give you is don't run your property like a slumlord. If somebody reaches out to you with a problem on your property, get it fixed diligently and communicate clearly on what you're doing to rectify the problem. The second piece of advice I can give you is when you form an LLC, make sure you also have a bank account for that LLC. All costs are to be paid out of that bank account for that business, and all monies received go into that bank account for that business. Number three is even if you have an LLC, make sure you have an insurance policy for liability. It doesn't excuse you to not be insured for any liabilities that may incur on the property. Now, I have seen a number of investors getting started buy several properties in their personal name. Ultimately, they reached out to their insurance agent and asked what they recommended to have a good insurance coverage for increased liability. If something did happen in that property, what is the liability that that policy would cover in that scenario? They also wrote leases requiring their tenants to hold renters insurance of a pretty high premium. That way, if their little pet Fido bit somebody and they got sued, they would have some insurance policy there to cover those scenarios. When evaluating whether you should buy with an LLC, I recommend you talk to two people. One, an attorney, and two, your insurance agent. They can give you a lot of great advice on how to protect your financial interests in this investment journey.